Let's try sketching something or painting something. You know, I did say I want to focus more on black and white or grayscale types of stuff, but you know what? There is no but. Let me commit to something for once. Did I paint something? You know what? Let's go for, since I like painting anyway. Let's try and just make something up. Let's go for this stick thing. You know, I have like so many references. I think I showed you that in the last episode. But the thing is, as much as they're all cool references, there's so many of them. And what sucks is, they're all cool, and I want to be able to like study them, but I don't know where to start. And sometimes I feel like I should do my own thing first without being influenced, and then work from that. But sometimes I feel like I need like a reference, like some kind of inspiration to begin with. A random photo, someone's artwork, an anime or something, and then I can make something. I don't know. I guess creativity itself is kind of a skill on its own. And oh, we have like a random arm here. Yeah. I like painting this way. It seems so natural for me. And it kind of reminds me of another artist named Gigi Kaminago. If you look at his comic pages, he doesn't draw. Like, each page is almost like a painting. Like, I love his approach. It's not always about like line art or the edges. It's, let's say you'll draw like an arm here, right? But for him, it's kind of like, I'm butchering it, but it's like that. Well, he'll use like a negative space. And sometimes the edges, like you will see some spots here where it's not completely filled up, and I don't know, it just feels kind of cool to see things that way. Yeah, my anatomy sucks. That's also another thing. Like I want to get good at. Like I want to study, but I also want to create on my own. So how do I like balance that? I don't know. Right? And when you try and create stuff from imagination, you're often gonna be, not often, you are gonna be heavily influenced by what you know. So if your imaginative stuff isn't working out too well, chances are you're just not, you're kind of empty. Oof. I'm trying to draw some knuckles here, but I don't know how to totally do it. Okay. And I think when I'm trying to draw here, like I want to, I think it's better to, or it's easy to create more imaginative stuff when you're exaggerating a lot of things. We'll give this guy like a big belly. I also want to be able to draw like monsters and stuff like that, only because, well, it's fun. But I think I've been influenced by a lot of like doujins or hentai essentially. And I just like the concept of like, you know what? It's not just that. I think even before anime or doujins, there was this 3D animation studio. It starts with H or something. It was so popular back in my day because it was pretty much the only one that was well known. Right now, everyone does it. Like it's so common. But they were I think it starts with the letter H, but I forgot I may be misremembering. But because maybe I've told you this, but in the past when I was in college, like well, yeah, I was in college, but we were in an internship, right? And my coworker, who was also my classmate in college or in uni, we were just talking about random stuff, and then the topic came up, and she mentioned this very company or very studio, and she was like a fan of it, and I was like really surprised. And I don't know, I felt like validated because it's obviously, you know, not safe for work types of content is not always seen as positive, but hearing someone understand culture, it gives me hope. To me, I don't know. I feel like there's a future for mankind. What? That's so deep. Right? Give him like a big belly, kind of like an ogre or something. I think this is supposed to be the chest. I was trying to make this area the chest, like over here, but I think this is also the tooth. Again, you know what? Maybe I'll do this. Maybe the process here is to try and create stuff on your own, and then if you see some like mistakes, then you bring in some references. How about that? Maybe that's like a good balance. I don't know. And the reason why grayscale is so fun to do, grayscale types of paintings, is because you don't have to worry about color, which does save you time, but also you can just focus on, you know, form building, sculpting, essentially. Yeah. I do like the way the chest is kind of appearing here. I don't mind it. Trying to suggest like clavicles, but I know when like the edge of the shoulders is like a bit of, like a triangle thing that happens. Basically, where the shadow of the, you know, like that. I don't know. Again, anatomy sucks, but the thing is, when it comes to anatomy, for as long as it's kind of convincing, you don't have to worry about it too much. Because I've seen so many art where even if I'm not an expert, I can kind of tell that, oh, it's a bit like warped or whatever, but if it's cool, you know? Yeah, I just checked my camera. I want to make sure it's actually on screen, because imagine if I'm drawing, but you see it like on the freaking like far away. I always have to make sure that my hand is in the center and the thing that I'm drawing is also obviously in the center, more or less in this area. You know what? Let me drink some water. And as much as it's nice to paint this way, like in values, I also want to focus on like line focused types of drawings. You know, basically using pencils or pens. You know, I want to extend this further out, make it a big, like ooh, like an even bigger belly. But the thing is, how do you draw like a? I want it to like hang, where the belly hangs over your fucking. Yeah. Like, how do you draw fat? That's also another thing I should be able to study. I tried cleaning my screen beforehand, but whatever. Like, how do you draw fat? Because it's also another kind of form, right? Where do you draw it? Where does it begin? Where does it end? Something like that. You know what? Maybe I'll use a different brush, because this brush is a bit too strong for me, I think. And here's also another thing. Like, when I draw stuff, like, yeah, I can like draw it. Let's say this physique a little bit, and then I skip the head. I gotta be brave. Take time to real. Oh, I think I've mentioned this artist in the past, Sabu. He's a not safe for work artist, but I like the way he does like his monsters as well. Very cool. I really like it. We'll give this guy like thick. You know what? We'll make this everything in the bottom a darker. You know what? In a way, I kind of want to make his legs a little small to show that he's like he's kind of lazy. Like he has muscular, but he just works out his arms, but he kind of skips leg day for the most part. So I don't want his I want it to be kind of muscular, but not like overwhelming. Like he's struggling to keep his own weight. Like I want kind of incompetence. I don't know. That would be so fucking hot, right? And then if we have male characters, we're gonna have female. You know, yes, female characters, but I want to draw some like femboys, right? Just for fun. Maybe they can be. If this is like an ogre type, we could have like fairies. Dude, I'm so sick. But here's the thing: draw the art that kind of makes you want to move and do stuff, or that makes you want to put pen to paper, stylus to tablet, because it's fun. You know, it's kind of like a big inspiration of mine would be Kim Jong-gi. Like not all of his. I think he even got trouble a little bit. Not like he was banned or anything, but because of his, like he has a habit of doing more degenerate types of pages. I think he even has like a sketchbook, like he sells it, a compilation of sketches. But the theme of that sketchbook is primarily that thing. I forgot the name. I want to be able to buy one of his books or sketchbooks, but it's so freaking pricey. But I think it's worth it, you know, because it's kind of big. It looks big to me, so. And yeah, just to have it once in a while. Although I'm not a very heavy on the physical books because I mostly do digital work anyway. So to me, it's kind of like a way, not a waste, but like I just don't use it as much. Because again, for example, if this is my desk, like if this is my tablet, I have like 5 inches left. And then that's the edge of my desk. Like I don't have a wide enough desk to be able to do my work here and then like open an art book and flip through it. Like it's my workspace is so freaking tiny. But you know, we'll put this in shadow. It's kind of a common thing to do, right? Shadow, just put it under shadow. You know what? We'll make this all dark and then we'll make it fade. Right? I think Anthony Jones is like a concept artist. He does that a lot in his like work. He's not the only one, but I'm reminded of him. For example, if you have like a limb here, do this. Let's say this is your shoulder, your kind of arm thing. You can even skip the arm or the hands, elongate the forearm, and then make this dark, right? You know what? We'll add like a base value, like a light gray. We'll just define the arms just a tad bit more, kind of like that, right? And then what you do is, see the elbows right there. You make this whole thing. We'll select this. Oh, hopefully you can see it. Yeah, we'll take this whole thing, make it super dark, and then let it fade. It's such a common thing, but what else are you gonna do? It's almost like a rite of passage. Like you must do it. Like if you don't do it, you're not respecting the art gods, you know? Like why would we all like do it, even if let's say you may not even like it, but you just do it sometimes for some reason? I don't know. Do you see how it's easy to erase? I mean, yeah, there's like a shortcut to use the alpha, basically this thing over here, to make it transparent, or to use the same brush you're using to erase. But sometimes I'm used to just selecting the colors and then painting over. I think it's because I'm used to painting directly. A super big influence of mine, by the way, is Feng Zhu. He does a lot of like concept art, and he was one of the big YouTuber guys who taught like art, although focused on concept art. But his the idea of painting directly was like he preached it. even if you're, because eventually you're going to use like 3D or other layers when you're photo bashing, right? So it's not like a permanent thing. But when it comes to actual painting, just pure painting, it just creates a different kind of skill set. And when you're learning this specific skill, better to paint directly so you can just and then when you add more like stuff later on, well, then you can do, you can, you know what, can we move let's move this guy a little higher. There you go. Now he doesn't have a head. Oh, I'm panicking. I want to do a head, but I'm kind of, you know what, but I have to be brave. I feel like this arm should be a little bit higher. If my pen is right here, can my camera? Oh, it's so close to the edge. It can't be too far in the edge, okay. And also, if you're having trouble with like anatomy, just focus on like the silhouettes. For example, here it kind of looks like a hand. I kind of want to make it a little longer. And like that. Right? Isn't that cool? You know what? We can fade this, bring some letter values just a little bit in. Dude, is that not, dude? I'm a master in this. I'm skipping the head. I'm panicking. And what the hell is this thing over here? The belly needs to be fixed. But I think it's good to have at least like, let's say we could do like a page, just imaginative stuff, just draw whatever, and then notice some patterns like, oh shit, like I can't really draw fat too well, or my hand anatomy needs a little bit of work. So maybe the next page could be, or a series of pages could be focused specifically on studying these types of things over here, right?